Hello, I'm John Macaulay, and I'm a translation consultant working into Eastern Africa, mainly into Tanzania. I've been a translation consultant for some 20 years now, and right now we're glad to say that they're checking a Bible on this very center as we speak. I'm going to show you a little bit about some of the programs that we use. We use two main programs in our translation process. We use a program called Paratext, which, as the name implies, shows text from different Bibles in parallel. So if I'm in a particular verse, I can see different versions of that text, and we can also access the Greek and the Hebrew. And then I'll show you a little bit about Logos. Logos is the Greek word for word. That's the word that's used in the famous verse that says, and the Word became flesh and dwelt among us. And so why don't you come on over and take a look at this screen. So here is, I've opened Paratext 9. This is the latest version of Paratext. And we're looking at a language called Duruma, which is spoken on the coast of Kenya, south of Mombasa and inland from Mombasa. And you can see it's a Roman script, so it's possible to read this for those who are used to reading English. On the right-hand side, it's possible to hide, let me see, there we go. Oh. Okay, so now I brought out the Hebrew. We happen to be in the Old Testament, so if I was in the New Testament, it would have brought out the Greek, but we're in the Old Testament, and so I can look at the Hebrew, see what the Hebrew is saying, and compare what the Duruma is saying with it. Over here, I have another version, which I happen to have put over here, which is from Nigeria, and I will hide that. So this is a new feature, completely new, and what it's doing is it's making much better use of the area of the screen so that we can display more and more translations, but bring them out when we need them. And this is a very new process. This is an enhanced resource. So what it does is it links the English with the Hebrew, and then you can link that to one of the languages. So that's a little bit about Paratext. I hope you get the feel for it. You can drive around using these buttons up here and go to different books in the Bible. It's very, very good software. I'm going to switch over to Logos now. So here is Logos. And here I happen to have a lot of English versions. And they are in what are called tabs. So when I click on a particular version, this happens to be the Net Bible. When I click on this one, it shows me the TEV. When I click on this one, it shows me the NJB. And here's a really neat feature. I've got one that shows me many different versions all lined up one after the other. So Net, LEB, NASB, ESV, and so on, so on, so forth. So this is a very, very powerful tool. It has a library, and you can go in there and access, whichever volumes you want. So you can do research with this, and it's pretty much an essential tool.